All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High and His only begotten Son. Call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Ruach HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and others of Great Millstone, who root and teach well. Wa Barakathum, unto the hopeful elect. All right, and today through the Spirit, you want to go into a quick video entitled "The Famine of the Word Prophecy." You see, because that's something that's prophesied in the scriptures. Eventually, the Lord is going to shut up His word. And those who received it, who got it, who took heed into it, they're going to have it. Those who get rooted in it, rooted in Yahweh Shai and the doctrine, they're going to be shielded and protected. But those who didn't get rooted in Yahweh Shai and get rooted in in the fear of the Lord, then you're going to be stuck. You're going to be asked out in these times. You see, and I have some news articles just basically, this is something to just look into occasionally. You see what I mean? It shows, we have various news that's basically baby steps into this prophecy happening. You see, and I'm going to go into a little bit of these news articles, and I got a couple of scriptures on the famine of the word. All right, we're going to read some of these news articles, because this is something that's being attacked. Like with Twitter, you have Facebook, and these various platforms. You have Jake coming and saying different things, but eventually they're going to shut that down. But mainly the big thing is YouTube. But if they're talking about doing stuff with, doing things with things like Facebook and stuff like that, and Twitter, then they're coming for YouTube. YouTube is the one where it got the most conspiracy, or the most so-called, what they quote unquote deem as hate speech. You see? So these are just baby steps leading to the family of the word. All right. Now it says interagency group mobilizes address alleged hate speech in a high school, Anderson Union High School, 1 day ago. Right. And you already know what they're deeming these hate speech as. You attacking the image of this beast, which the image of the beast goes into the likeness of this beast, which is the ways of Esau's technology, like his micro C chip. You going against the alphabet community. You going against his war, the things he's doing to these different nations. All this is deemed as, like, when you condemn Esau, those little hats, for what they're doing to these other nations, they deem that all as hate speech. You see? So these are various things they're going to use to try and attack us and deem us as being TERRI, OST. All right. Now it says, and there was even an act where they even have us labeled on there, which they pushed that way years ago. Looking at us as being like a T group. Forgot what the exact name of it is. They've been pushed that. So with that, we know what's going to happen. All right, it says Brazil blocks X Twitter as Musk defies court orders on hate speech. Right? You see, and it's talking about seeing those universities. Talking about that people that's supporting the Palestine. Really, it's the ancient Philistine land. But they're people that supporting them. They're deeming them as hate speech. Right? Then you go on here. It says anti-alphabet. On this, it says Engadget. Meta's oversight board looks into anti-alphabet posts on the community won't remove. That the community won't remove. So they're looking at removing things that are condemning all this evil and wickedness that Esau is doing. And then here we go down here, even in the UK. It says UK must curb rise in racist hate speech by politicians and public figures, UN says. Because you even have a situation with migrants. So all these things are going towards the family of the word. They're going to try and put all this on us. You see? This is Washington Post. Brazilian judge orders suspension of X and Twitter in dispute with Elon Musk. You see? And they look at us as being like conspiracy theorists with disinformation or bad information, because we get on to, we get on to them about that, the wicked medical, the way they, the way they're dealing with the medical field, man. Giving all this BS medicine, this stuff that's not real medicine. So you look at us, they put us as people that are being disinformation. And then you have so on Twitter, a lot of people are exposing a lot of BS that's happening in these other countries. exposing it for what's going on. So that's why you see all this stuff about, Brazil blocks Twitter after ruling on disinformation. Because a lot of people on Twitter is leaking, what's happening in these lands, the war, and they're basically showing the real news versus the fake news. You see? And we go into these things. So we're going to be deemed as being a lot of these things, and that's going to lead into them shutting down these social media platforms that we use to do work and to use to serve the Lord. Here we go right here. Jacob Bennett says, fighting climate disinformation is an urgent priority. Even disinformation on that. They so-called call. Let's get that definition of disinformation. All right, here we go. This is the Oxford Language Dictionary. It's a noun. It says false information which is intended to mislead, especially propaganda issued by government organizations to rival power over the media. You see, so if something is going against the image of this beast, they'll deem it as this right here. Because when that C19 was out, they was all getting onto us about disinformation because of that. Right? But a lot of these different talking points, these are things that they're going to try and deem and put on us so they can get us off the web. So we're coming to a point in time where the Lord's going to shut off this word. I got a couple of precepts to prove. That's Amos 8 and verse 11. It says, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. To get that word famine. All right, it says ribe. It says famine, hunger. You see? It says famished. Let's get that root word of it. So the root word of it is Raab, and it says here to be hungry, to be voracious. Let's get that word voracious. Wanting, insatiable. So you're not getting enough. All right. It says to be hungry, to suffer, to famish. Let's get that word famish. All right. Famished. It says extreme hunger. All right. Suffer. It says to suffer for a lack of something. Necessary. So it's going to be necessary that you have this word in these times, because that's going to be the way you can maneuver, and to know what's going on. Because it's going to be such an evil time that you're going to need answers. You're going to need information. You're not going to need no physical thing, because physical things aren't going to matter. So you're going to need the Spirit of the Lord to get through these times. The Lord deals with us by way of us hearing His word. So if you don't have His word, then you're going to be through in these times. You're not going to have you're going to be in darkness with no flashlight. You walking around in the most dangerous city ever with no flashlight, no light or nothing. You just walking around in the dark. You see? That's how these people are going to be in Babylon, here in Babylon, with all this judgment, evil, strange operations, teeth of wild beasts going out, slaughtering people. War is going to be out here. It's going to be all types of people running around, killing each other because of scarcity of food and goods. You're not going to have no answers. You're just going to be stuck assed out there. So you're going to want that information. You're going to want the word. You see? And you're going to be famished and starved out from it. You're going to have a lack of that information. Verse 12, it says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and shall not find it. I want to get that word run. You see? It says this word is shawat. Shawat. And it says to go, to rove about. I want to get that word rove. To wonder. You're going to be wondering. To go eagerly or quickly. You're going to be wondering eagerly. So that means you're going to be searching real hard. But you ain't going to find it. You see? The Lord's going to have people searching for Him, for His Spirit. But it's going to be out. Because guess what? The Lord gave you the ability to get this word now. And if you didn't want to get it when it was that designated time, the Lord's going to have you not have it. And that means you're just going to be destroyed. No sense of direction. You're just going to be stuck out here. You see, because before the Lord destroyed the kingdom or brought judgment, He always had His prophets go out. Jeremiah 28:8. Let's get an NLT. It says the ancient prophets who preceded you and spoke against many nations, always warning of war, disaster, and disease. You see? So the prophet always comes, and the Lord will always send a prophet before he brings judgment. Or, if a king was going to be set up, if the Lord's going to take down a kingdom or whatever the case was going to happen, the Lord would always make that message be published or proclaimed or preached, declared. Then he'll do it. So he's doing that now before he brings the great judgment here. And if you don't take heed into it, then that's on you. And then guess what's going to happen? When the famine of the word happens, this is how the prophets are going to be. This is Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 26. And I will make thy tongue to cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and thou shalt not be to them a reprover, for they are in rebellious house. And this was talking about before we got, we was getting jacked up. We got to go into captivity under the Babylonians. You see, this is when we had our, we escaped. The southern kingdom was able to escape the Syrian captivity. The northern kingdom got brought into slavery and bondage, but the southern kingdom was able to escape it. But then the southern kingdom started going the hell off. So then the Lord had, our high priest was doing all that wickedness. The Lord had it set up to where the Babylonians came and besieged Jerusalem. But before that happened, they was getting warned, the southern kingdom. All right, it says, verse 27, but when I speak with thee, I will open thy mouth, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shah, he that heareth, let him hear, and he that forbeareth, let him forbear, and he that forbear, for they are the rebellious house. You see, it's basically that same scripture. Let him that's unjust be unjust still, and let him that is just be just. So the Lord's going to have it set up to where it's appointed time where those who get it, and those who don't get it, it's over for you. All right, but this happened in ancient times. The Lord will shut up the prophets eventually and be like, okay, now I'm going to judge y'all ass. So that's what's getting ready to happen now unto you Israelites. So it behooves you to take heed into his word while it's out. All right, because eventually the famine of the word is going to happen. We just saw all those points that they're attacking disinformation and all these things on these various different talking points. Well, these are things that we go into. So they're going to shut down our platform, and we're not going to be able to give you this word no more. All right. So, hey, I brought this out. Lord, keep the spirit on me, myself, and all the rest of you brothers to continue to receive it and keep getting it. But anyways, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'd like to end it all by saying, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach HaKodesh, double honors to the apostle, others, great millstone, root teach well. Till next time, call Mashallah, Shalom.